Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my Patreon. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Orca. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. So this is the CoinMarketCap page, and the current market cap is below $200 million. And this was listed during the last bull market, closer to the cycle top in August, and actually August, at the end of August. And since then it has printed another high in December 2023, and then another high here in July, and somewhat of a run in March 2024. This is a DEX on Solana, and it's not as overbought as Radium is, so I think this should perform extremely well, considering that it's also undervalued. If you compare the market cap and the total value locked, then that will be, I think, sitting at $300 million or more. Let's switch over to the weekly chart, and as you guys may be aware, I bought into Orca already, and if you were picking up this token here below 50 cents, congratulations. During this bottom, this was the first bottom actually in June 2022. This was the second bottom, and the Fibbonacci is stretched out from the bottom in June 2022 to the local top there in, or rather the all-time high at that's $18.70 from November 2021. The second fib that we have is from the bottom here in July 2024 to the top in December 2023. Now this chart looks much better than most of the charts, especially some of the higher cap altcoins that have done this and they drop below this low. Orca is actually printing a constant higher low and higher high uptrend, which is extremely important. So we can identify this support trend line over here for any future pullbacks. You can target this because we've seen already two bounces off of this area, once back in June 2023 and once in that's July 2024. So the next time we have a retracement, we could potentially drop all the way down there to that yellow trend line, but hopefully that's not going to happen, as we just broke above the 20 EMA. We just had a bullish cross where the 20 EMA crosses above the 55 EMA, and that is your bull market confirmation for Orca. Now, if we break above this local top from December 2023, our technical target is going to be sitting at $22.50. So I'm going to highlight the top here. So this is the December 2023 top, and this will be our technical target if we break past that area at $8.23. Now, with the larger fib, you have this top over here, and if you break past that one, you have a different target. So on this fib, we're going to be using the 1.272 as our target. I think $50 is very possible if we have a Binance listing. I think it's going to be extremely doable for Orca, especially considering the volume that could be coming into Solana. And Solana is already a massive blockchain. It's beating Ethereum, and in my opinion, it's going to be the layer one during this run. Now, if you look at the 1.618 for the larger fib, it's sitting at almost $200. I don't think that is doable. That's going to be a little bit too much in my opinion, but it's not out of the question completely. So $200 million market cap, if we do a 10x from here, that will put us at roughly $2 billion, and that will be a $36 market cap, or sorry, $36 price tag, a $2 billion market cap. And let's just drag this ruler. So that is going to be right over here. Yeah, somewhere around there. So $36. If we're looking at 53, that would be 1,357% to the upside. That would be $53 and 30 or 25 cents as the 1.272. So those are two major targets for you. Of course, you can start taking profits as you're going up. You don't have to wait until these two specific targets. So you could take some profits off at $8, at 12, at 15, at 22, at 30, and then at 40, and then at 53. So that your average exit is going to be somewhere around, $20 to $25. And that's really good, especially if you started buying in earlier here in the during this correction from March into the July bottom. You're going to be golden. Now, we just started buying in here. I believe my average is about, if we jump into my portfolio, my average is sitting at $3.45. That's 251 Orca tokens. By the way, Bitcoin just broke $100,000. Congratulations, everyone. And we jumped to $103,000 immediately. So people were expecting this to happen before the end of the year, and lo and behold, finally 100K Bitcoin, and the gold maxis are probably biting their nails right now, and rightfully so. They were perma bears this entire time, and they just got proven wrong once again. So back to Orca. Taking a look at the RSI, look at the weekly RSI here. We're still extremely low, very low. Look at this high from December 2023, and this wasn't even a bull market at this stage. So we could have a stronger move past that during this bull market peak. So you could have a move. Let me get the brush there. We could have a move into January, February, March, retracement, and another pump into May potentially, because a lot of people sell in May and go away, right? That's what has happened multiple times, and we've seen that happen in the past few years as well, and during the 2021 cycle that happened as well. So you definitely want to be taking some profits in March and May, or even before May. And the stochastic over here is approaching the overbought once again, above the index of 70. And this again doesn't mean that you have to sell right now. We can remain in the stochastic for a few months. As you can see, this remained from the end of October until the beginning of January. And this is not even that long. Sometimes the stochastic can stay there for like 3-4 months before it has a correction down. So this was your accumulation phase over here on the stochastic. If we take a look at the price action, then that was this period over here. So there was a bit of a divergence with the price action and the stochastic. Now the RSI was in a downtrend at that point. That's why you don't just use one indicator, you use multiple ones. So then the RSI, got down below 40. The stochastic started moving up. We started showing momentum, and the MACD printed a bullish cross. So that was your buying indicator. And then you could have added this yellow trend line here. You could have spotted that bounce, and that was a really good indicator for an entry. And after that, you printed a double bottom pattern right there, and now you're trying to break past that and get to the target of the double bottom pattern. So this is just an example of why you don't use the stochastic alone, because if you were looking at this, you would have started buying here and you would have just been buying this dump. But you want to wait until it kind of bottoms out. That's when you want to be entering. Obviously, you never know when the bottom is in and when the top is in, but you can use these indicators and support trend lines and EMAs to help you with that. Now, in terms of buying right now, I do think this is still a good buying opportunity for anyone looking to get into Orca. Of course, don't put your life savings into this, but you can start opening a position, and you can potentially, secure, I would say, a 10x at the very least for Orca, but I'd be looking at $50 with a Binance listing. If you want to apply the Elliott wave structure, you can do wave 1, wave 2, that's your wave 3, wave 4, and let's analyze wave 4 here, because this is also very important. So wave 4 is not supposed to go below the wave 1 high. So if we do this, okay, so there we go. So wave 4, the wave 4 low here is higher than the wave 1 high. And that's important, because if it went lower, that would have invalidated this whole thing. So this is a valid Elliott wave count. If you want to be using the Elliott wave theory, wave 3 is longer than wave 1, therefore wave 5 can be longer than wave 3. That's not going to be a problem. So we could be looking at a $53 tag by the end of 2025, or maybe in the first half of 2025. Let me just change the color of that. Change it to white. That way it stands out a little bit more. So that should be it for this video, guys. Let me know, what are your thoughts on Orca? Are you buying in? Did you buy into Radium beforehand? Of course, feel free to set up some buy limit orders at the 20 MA on the weekly chart and over here with this fib. So let me just do that. Let me remove that fib over there. So the larger fib here, you have the 0.5 right below you at $2.75. If we have a retracement in December, we could potentially drop down to that price before we start moving up. And if we remove the larger fib, you also have the 0.382 here sitting at $2.82. And we're currently holding the 0.5 on this fib, and we're getting rejected from the golden ratio. So we want to break above the golden ratio here. As you can see, both fibs have the golden ratio in the same area. We want to break above that. Once we're above the golden ratio, the path to the local top is pretty much confirmed, and that way you can be expecting $8 at the very least for Orca. And in all honesty, I do think this is possible before the end of the year. However, always brace yourselves for a retracement. I recently sold my Cosmos and my DOT. I believe we did that today actually, and I do have some spare cash now for a potential retracement. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.